Because so much of the Christian life is lived and enjoyed by doing humble, simple acts of service. Please get it. One person at a time. One appointment at a time. One meal at a time at Chick-fil-A. One coffee at a time at Starbucks. One call at a time. One text at a time. Fred Craddock illustrated this so beautifully, and I hope it sticks with you today because it'll frame it when we go through it next week. He said it this way. He said, we think giving our all to God is like taking a $1,000 bill and laying it on the table. Here's my life, Lord. I'm giving it all. But the reality for most of us is that He sends us to the bank and has us cash in the $1,000 for quarters. We go through life, and I've got one here. Thank you, Miss Mary. We go through life putting out 25 cents here and 50 cents there. What does that mean? Listening to the neighbor's kids' troubles instead of saying, get lost, you're so irritating. Going to a volunteer or another volunteer meeting at church. Give up a cup of water. Hand out a bottled water to a shaky old man at a nursing home. Usually giving our life to Christ isn't glorious. It is done in all those little acts of love. 25 cents at a time. And so for application, don't miss the principle of this itinerary. I hope you get it. It's life-changing. That living out the faithful Christian witness involves pouring out your life, one practical act of service at a time. Yes, let's admit that there will be mountaintop moments, there will be epic adventures, there will be miraculous encounters, absolutely. But for most of us, much of the time, faithful Christian, mature Christian witness will involve the following. Having that person over to your house for dinner. Why? Because they've been struggling lately. How about this one? Babysitting for that couple who hasn't had a date night in 6 months so they can have some fun and reconnect. Listening to the hardships and the worries of a single mom. You know why? Because she's got no one else to process with. Shooting a text to a friend who recently lost their grandma, their grandpa, their meemaw, their peepaw, whatever you want to call them, your mom or your dad or your cousin, just saying that I'm here for you. And if you ever need to get a cup of coffee so we can pray together, I'm here for you. Please hear what Freddie has to say today. Working out your salvation with fear and trembling involves giving out your quarters. One day, one moment, one person at a time. Just like these two fellas. Here's Timothy. Do you know what Timothy did? Wow, he's such an example of great, mature Christian witness. Do you know what he did? He simply supported and served his buddy who was in jail, who needed some help during a time of need. Look at him. Look at the mature witness he is. Or Epaphroditus. He volunteered to deliver a gift to Paul. Can you imagine that church meeting in Philippi? Hey, folks. You know the guy who planted our church, Paul? He's in jail now, and he's lacking a couple of things. We need to send one of you on foot and by boat over to deliver a gift to Paul. Who wants to do it? And this is probably what happened. And someone's praying, Lord, please let someone else raise their hand. Lord, please let someone else raise their hand. And after a while, Epaphroditus, you know what? I'm not a pastor here. I'm just a layman. But you know what? I'll go deliver a gift to him. You see, folks, please get this. These are the kind of lifestyles that we're called to imitate in this text. These are the kind of people that we should honor in the church. Living out their faith. Please hear me today. One quarter at a time. One act of service, one act of love, one act of support, one act of service, one meal, one coffee, one person at a time. You know what that is? That is mature Christian living.